Hey guys. All right. I'm gonna pause this. I'm watching here. All right. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start doing as many videos as I can, and just start doing a rundown of backtrack, rewind, start over. Okay. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start doing as many videos as I can. It'll be saved on my computer, and I'm gonna start just uploading them and getting as many videos out there as I can. You guys need this information, like really bad. And YouTube is at it again. They took another subscriber. So check your subscriptions, you guys. Make sure you're still subscribed. Because YouTube is stupid. So yeah. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to start with the homesteading survival site. And we're going to try to work our way through it. I'm also going to work on my pins. Well, let me check something. I haven't made any on here. Six. Part 3, 2. Part 1. I think I got up to part 8. Oh. Trying to figure this out. Give me a second. Part 2. I swear I got up to part 8. I thought that was on the... Excuse me. I don't know. I want to work on the series, How to Become Fully Self-Sufficient. This one is just going to go with books. This is not... Oh, it might be... We won't take very long to do this. 10 books to get while you still can. Alright, here we go. Think about how you solve problems nowadays. Your water heater starts leaking, so you pull out your phone and look up how to fix it. Someone in the family has a strange rash, so you type the symptoms into a search bar. You want to can this year's tomato harvest, so you pull up a recipe. We take all of that for granted because the answer is always a few clicks away. It won't always be that way. Now imagine the grid is down permanently. How would you solve those problems with no internet? When a real disaster strikes, you won't be able to order a book from Amazon or run to the nearest Barnes & Noble. You won't be able to hop online and look up whatever you need to know. All of that accumulated human knowledge that feels so accessible right now simply disappears the moment the internet does. That's exactly when you'll wish you had certain reference books sitting on your shelf. That's why I keep saying, get on Amazon, look up homesteading books. They have thousands and thousands and thousands of them. Get them while you can. Below are 10 categories of books worth owning before you need them, with a standout title in each, and a note on why it's worth getting. This list comes from the YouTube channel City Prepping, which you put together an excellent rundown of the books worth having when the grid goes dark. All right. Number 1, medical, the Survival Medicine Handbook. There's one category to get right, it's this one. In a true disaster, when an ambulance might be hours away or not coming at all, solid medical information could be the most valuable thing on your shelf. The Survival Medicine Handbook by Dr. Joseph Elton, Alton, and Amy Elton, the couple behind the Doom and Bloom channel, is written specifically for situations where professional help isn't available. It walks you through handling injuries and illnesses when you have to be the end of the line, which is a very different mindset from the normal first aid guide. For longer grid down scenarios, pair it with Where There Is No Dentist. I need to get that. It was written for developing regions without dental care, and anyone who has suffered through a bad toothache knows how quickly that can become a serious problem with no easy fix. Number 2, food preservation. The Ball Blue Book Guide to Preserving. I have that book, and I have the one that Aaron bought me, so I'm good there. Storing food is one thing. Preserving it so it lasts is another skill entirely, and it's one of the first every prepper should learn. The go-to reference here is the Ball Blue Book Guide to Preserving, the long-running canning classic that has sold millions of copies and shows up on nearly every list of recommended food preservation guides. It covers canning, pickling, preserving, and clear, tested steps. Good supplements in this category include The Prepper's Cookbook by Tess Pennington, which centers on cooking from the kinds of staples you'd have stored away, and Meals in a Jar by Julie Languille. I'm not trying to pronounce that. Which helps you assemble ready-to-store meals. The key theme across all of them is rotation. You want to actually cook and eat your stored food regularly so nothing goes to waste and you stay familiar with it. 3, gardening. All new square foot gardening. Square foot gardening is the absolute bomb, you guys. Straight up. I'm going to be hard-pressed not to square foot garden in our big, huge one, and I might, but I'm going to do it differently because I'm going to do it like in rows. But in those rows, I think what I'll do is I'll do the square foot down the row. So instead of planting 2 beans, 2 beans, 2 beans, 2 beans, I'll do square foot 9, 9, 9, 9 down the entire row. Get more food. You can get so much more food in such a small space with square foot gardening, and it's absolute bomb. I have this book, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. When your food supply eventually runs low, the ability to grow more becomes priceless. Get your seeds. All New Square Foot Gardening by Mel Bartholomew is where most gardeners are told to start, for a good reason. It's practical, beginner-friendly, and makes efficient use of small spaces, which matters if your growing area is a suburban backyard. Rounded out with a few specialized titles, Gaia's Garden by Toby Hemingway for a permaculture approach. That's what I want. One of the things I want to get into, but I don't know if I can because of how we want to set up our pastures and that kind of thing for our animals. So we'll just see. Carrots Love Tomatoes by Louise Rioette. You know what? I actually forgot that. Tomatoes and carrots do well together. For companion planting, which plants help each other thrive when grown side by side. And The Forager's Harvest by Samuel Thayer. For identifying and collecting wild food in your garden isn't enough. I'm going to go through and I'm going to write down these titles. And I'm looking these books up and getting them. 4. Homesteading, Self-Sufficient Life and How to Live It. Homesteading is gardening's more ambitious cousin. It's about turning your property, however big or small, into something that can sustain you. The Self-Sufficient Life and How to Live It by John Seymour is the title that consistently rises to the top. It's a bit more advanced and tends to assume you have some land, but it covers an enormous range of self-reliant skills and depth. For a more approachable, suburban-friendly starting point, The Backyard Homestead, and I've got to replace that book, is excellent, and it absolutely is. I love that book. If you're keeping animals, The Chicken Whisperer's Guide to Keeping Chickens, I'll have to look that one up too, goes deep on backyard flocks, and the Foxfire series is worth having for its documentation of old-time skills and traditional ways of doing things that were nearly lost, and I will be looking at that one up too. 5. Survival and Prepping, When All Hell Breaks Loose. This is the broad, all-purpose survival category, and 2 books stand out. When All Hell Breaks Loose by Cody London comes up again and again as one of the most recommended practical survival books, and the SAS Survival Guide by John Lofty Wiseman is the compact classic packed with useful field skills. If you could only grab one, the SAS Guide is a hard one to beat as a starting point. Beyond those, this category is deep. How to Survive the End of the World as We Know It by James Wesley Rawls, or Rawless. The Prepper's Pocket Guide by Bernie Carr. I might actually have that one. For beginners, Prepper's Long-Term Survival Guide by Jim Cobb. I might have that one too. 52 Prepper Projects by David Nash. For hands-on learning over a year. And The Survival Mom by Lisa Bedford for getting a household ready. 6. Home Repair, the complete do-it-yourself manual. I will be looking this one up too. We don't often think of a repair manual as survival gear, but consider the reality of a prolonged rig-down situation. Something breaks and there's no handyman to call, no video to watch. You have to fix it yourself. The Reader's Digest Complete Do-It-Yourself Manual is a thorough, updated reference covering repairs and projects throughout the house. It's the kind of book you don't appreciate until the moment you desperately need it. Number 7, 100 Deadly Skills. If things go sideways, being able to protect yourself and your family becomes a real concern. 100 Deadly Skills by Clint Emerson, a former Navy SEAL, gets strong reviews and offers practical, memorable techniques worth filing away in the back of your mind. Pair it with A Prepper's Home Defense by Jim Cobb, which approaches the topic from a preparedness angle. How to harden and defend your home if the situation calls for it. 8. Nuclear and disaster-specific nuclear war survival skills. Some threats are severe enough to warrant their own dedicated reference. With nuclear tensions weighing on a lot of minds, having solid information on this specific scenario is reassuring rather than alarmist. Nuclear War Survival Skills by Creston Kearney is a well-known guide to surviving nuclear fallout, and the official U.S. Armed Forces survival manuals cover the subject from a military standpoint. These are books you hope to never have to open, but you'd be glad to have if you did. 9. Finances. Financial Peace and Rich Dad, Poor Dad. People rarely connect finances with preparedness, but the link is direct. Prepping costs money. Gear, food, storage, and supplies all add up, and getting your financial house in order is what makes the rest possible. Financial Peace by Dave Ramsey is a strong starting point for learning the basics of getting out of debt and living within your means. From there, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki reshapes how many readers think about the asset. The 10 Times Rule by Grant Cardone lights a fire under anyone looking to get more aggressive about their goals. Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrant is another eye-opener in the same vein. Read the ideas, take what's useful, and don't get too hung up on the personalities behind them. 10. The Future. Principles for dealing with the changing world order. The last category is about zooming out and understanding where the world is heading, drawing on people who spend their career studying exactly that. Principles for Dealing with the Changing World Order by Ray Dalio lays out the big historical cycles that shape economies and nations. Dalio also has a 43-minute video by the same title that's well worth the time. For balance, read it alongside The End of the World is Just the Beginning by Peter Zeihan, who sees the coming decades a little differently. And The Sovereign Individual, written back in 1997, is a dry but fascinating look ahead, much of which you can watch playing out in real time. The common thread among all three is simple. The world is changing, and it pays to get ready for it. Where to start? That's a lot of books, and you don't need to buy all of them at once. If you're just getting started and you want a place to begin, 3 titles rise above the rest. SAS Survival Guide, When All Hell Breaks Loose, and the Survival Medicine Handbook. Get those 3 on your shelf first, then fill in the categories that matter most to your situation. The bigger point is this. All of the information in these books is easy to get right now, which is exactly why now is the time to get it. Knowledge stored on the shelf doesn't care whether the power is on. Build that library while you still can. And that's the whole point of all the research. Do your research, get the books. Get the books, get the books, get the books. I cannot stress it enough. So I'm going to get off from here because we're going to have to take Scott to work pretty soon. Probably within about I've got about a half hour. He has to be here at 1:15. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to upload this right now. I'll probably do it when me and Aaron get back. I do have to pick beans and peas today. Possibly some more little tomatoes. I don't know. Depends. I know I have to cut more mint. I have to get more basil in the dehydrator. But I will be doing more videos and getting them. I'm just going to start working on getting them saved. So I will see you guys in the next video. Keep an eye on your subscriptions, please. Because YouTube is at it again, and they're stupid. So keep an eye on those subscriptions, and like and share the videos. Share them on all your channels, on all your platforms, with everybody you know. Go through Messenger. Go through Messenger and just, when you're on the video and you're watching it, hit share and hit Messenger chat. And then go down through everybody you know. Everybody you know that would benefit. And share the video. So I will see you guys in the next video. Get those homesteading books. Get your homestead started. Get your gardens going. Get a fall garden going. If you need a greenhouse, go get some pallets. Seriously, get some pallets. We're going to be doing ours real soon. So there will be videos on that. Scott's working right now to mow down the area that we need for the greenhouse and all that stuff out there. What?
Well, when I'm not working.
You know what I meant.
I know.
Anyway, so yeah. Just get your information, get those books. Get your homesteads going, get everything planned out, get chickens, get it started, get it started. And I will see you guys in the next video, and just start getting ready. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.